sit down with a little front porch talking with our friends Robert and David for the Southern Fried Podcast. They're gonna talk about Donald Trump, they're gonna talk MAGA, but they're laughing and living and loving the land. You might stay or just stop by, but they're Southern Fried till the day they die. Yeah, they're Southern Fried till the day they die.
Well, good Wednesday evening to everybody out there.
Howdy ho.
Oh, hey, there's Steve Holiday here.
That's my audio sounding. I'm trying some new settings.
I like it.
It sounds good.
Excellent.
The camera's working really well too. It's making the color in that shirt pop out.
You like that?
I like that. I do. I do. I'm glad that you're wearing that tonight. That makes me happy.
I literally just got everybody's messages and stuff. I've been running around like crazy trying to make it in time today.
Oh man, we appreciate you being here tonight. Dave's having some his wife's having some issues tonight, and he's not gonna be here. If he is here, he's gonna be here a little bit late, but I'm not expecting him here. And real quick before we get started, I'm gonna say a prayer for Miss Lynn. She had a bad fall, and we want to say a prayer for her. We want to know what they think about it. So, it's just a second here. Let's do a quick prayer. And Heavenly Father, we thank you for the many blessings that you give us, many of them that we don't even realize. We ask you to please put your hand of healing on Dave's wife, Miss Lynn, and be with him and the family. Give them all strength. Thank you for the injuries not being too severe, and just be with her, dear Lord. And we ask these things in Jesus' precious name. Amen.
Amen.
So apparently they took David out for his birthday dinner. You know, he's 60 now. But yeah, she apparently had an accident fall, and so
Heck of a day for her to have an accident.
yeah. You know, Dave's been getting through the ringer here lately. So, all right. Well, there's everybody signing in. Howdy, Barry, Roy Cohn. Glad to see you here around. Howdy, Michael. Yeah, we do too, Roy. Thanks, sir. So, anyway, welcome to Humpday Views, and I am so glad that you are here tonight, Steve.
Oh, glad to be here.
You're going to have a discussion with Miss Elizabeth.
I do need to have a discussion with Miss Elizabeth.
What?
Notes from Monday.
Did you go watch the show?
I listened to the whole thing.
Did you hear her saying that you could cook your donuts?
I heard about what we could, all right. First of all, you need to get right with the Lord.
I am right with the Lord. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Need to pay for you.
There is nothing wrong.
The fornicator.
Mm-mm.
So first of all, mayo on pinto beans.
Yes. Try it. Don't knock it till you try it.
Nope, I'm good.
And then don't gripe about it.
No, anyway. And that brings me to avocados. Nobody loves avocado. You don't love avocados.
I do too. I love
Nobody
avocados.
loves avocados. Thank you.
Listen,
I love them.
you know what avocados are? That was God mowed the lawn when he first made the planet. And he had to have somewhere to put all of this wet clumps of grass. And so he made.
God didn't mow the lawn. He just said, let it be short. And it was. I'm putting some oil on my face because it's sore. My sinuses are bothering me still.
Okay. Well, you got to get your sinuses took care of.
I know.
Are you sure that was the grass, Steve? It might have been the fertilizer. Stuff they
Avocados
were
are
using to
good,
fertilize with.
Do
and
avocado
they're good for you.
about that?
Then get off that boat. Don't knock my mayo in my pinto beans. If you ain't gonna try it, don't knock it.
Next thing you know, you're going to be saying you crumple your biscuit.
Right.
Skip on, skip on, skip on.
All right. Well,
Keep your little rock in the lake.
okay. So next.
Socks with sandals.
That's horrible. What the crap? You do it, don't you? You do it, don't you?
No, I don't, because I don't wear sandals because I like women. And it's not 300 AD.
I mean, why do people do that?
What, wear sandals? I don't know.
No, wear socks with them. I don't get it.
I don't see a problem. It's the same as wearing socks in bed. Your feet are cold.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you wear socks in bed?
I wear socks in bed because I don't want my nasty ass feet getting all over my sheets.
Take a bath or a shower.
Ooh.
Take a shower.
Feet. I got man feet.
Take a shower before you go to bed.
Do that. I actually do shower in the afternoons.
Okay, then your feet are clean.
Morning. Especially blue collar type people. They get off work all covered in all nasty, and then they go to bed, and then they wake up, and then they shower to get all of the dirt from the bed off of them. The math doesn't math there. So
No, the math does not math there.
Listen, no, he got to take a shower before bed.
I do.
Yeah.
No, I just said I do.
Okay, I know, but then your feet are clean
No,
before bed.
they still stink. I'm a man feet.
Okay, go on.
I don't even. Oh, I do have something else. Oh, you're gonna love this one.
Okay.
The toenail clipping thing.
Oh, do it in the bathroom.
I do it in my. What are you talking about?
You do it in your car?
No, I do it in my house. So, first of all, I'm getting a little round in the middle.
Okay.
Things get in the way, and I found the most comfortable way to do it is I got this big old ammo can, this 20 millimeter ammo can. You know, how they got big 50 cans. Well, they got a really big.
Look, Steve, you clip your toenails wherever the crap you want to clip your toenails. But clean up after yourself. That's all I'm saying.
I put them.
Do you put them in the ammo can?
Put them right on the plate from my dinner. But it's a paper plate, so.
Okay, I got you.
Okay.
That's
fine because it's going in the trash.
Well, or he's saving it for when company comes over.
Shut up. That's nasty.
Hey, here, have some avocado.
I roll the paper plate up into a plate toenail clipping cigar, and I just in the trash.
Either that or serve it as avocado.
Shut up.
Probably taste better. What am I saying? I know it'll taste better than avocado.
What else? That's making me sick. Shut up. Ugh.
That's it, except for the fact that there is nothing romantic about stacking donuts on your boyfriend's pecker.
No, that's not what I said. No, see, you missed the whole point. You missed the whole point.
Rewound it here to make sure I was hearing that right.
No, see, you missed. See, men don't listen. Don't listen, and that proves it right there. That proves
you
it.
got her stuttering.
That proves it. Men don't listen.
You're going off a memory from 2 days ago. I'm going off a memory from 4 hours.
I know what I said.
Me too. More than you.
Bullshit.
I wrote it down.
I don't give a crap what you wrote down. Shut up, Steve.
I'm a
Wait a minute.
Get back for the court.
Steve, this is what I said. Oh, no, I got to turn around. Let me tell you what I said, Steve. The conversation went, okay? The conversation went like this. That is, I woke up one day and I magically had, but first of all, this conversation started about Rob peeing off of his porch.
Everybody's got to do that.
Yes.
And I told him I was so happy that he got to pee off his porch, and that if I had a penis, I would pee off the porch too.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have one. But
But
if I magically woke up with a penis, that yes, there would be things that I would do with it. I'd probably play with it for a little while because I've never had one. Okay.
You're gonna make Steve turn red here.
And then
Never said I never tried it. I just said
and then the conversation kept on going about how I said, and then I might just stack some donuts on it just to see how many would stack on it.
Then you said it was romantic.
No, I did not.
You said it could be.
Listen, this is what I said because Barry was involved in this conversation.
Yeah.
Shut up, Rob. I'm talking. I told Barry because he said I ruined the Krispy Kreme for him. And I said, no, Barry, listen. I told him he could get one, his wife's favorite kind, and put it on his penis. And I said, look, you could even tell her, honey, I picked up your favorite donut today. And that you could say, do you want to come in here and eat it?
So close to the romance part.
And then that would kind of be putting some romance back into the bedroom. That was how the conversation went. So don't be misquote me. If you're gonna do it, get it right.
You said it was romantic.
Yeah. In a roundabout way, it put fire in the bedroom. I mean, I could.
You said to introduce some spice or some variety. Together.
Oh, Steve.
Barry, you're out.
You ain't never get married, man.
Oh, I
You're
don't.
screwed.
Promise.
You screwed. I refuse to testify on the grounds that it may. I understand, Barry. I do. But listen, they don't know what they're talking about, Barry, because that was our conversation, and they are getting it wrong.
I refuse to testify on the grounds. Judas.
Because Steve don't know.
But she did say that you could cook your own donuts in your Easy Bake.
I did.
And she was laughing so hard, she couldn't. It took her 5 minutes to get it out.
This actually goes full circle because here's a funny thing. My mom actually put a good recipe for chocolate donuts, homemade chocolate donuts made out of, get this, pinto beans. Without mayo, obviously. But yeah.
Pinto bean donuts?
Pinto bean donut. I swear to God, I hate beans. All shapes and sizes, I hate beans. I can barely limp my way through lima beans if it's mixed in with like the mixed veggies thingy.
Yeah.
Other than that, that's about as close as I can get. I hate beans. She knows this because she's my mom and she fought with me all through my childhood with beans. First thing she said to me when she tried this recipe out, try this out. Guess what's inside it? I'm like, she told me she almost had to get like a pair of vice grips and a plunger to get that thing down my mouth. And then the second I taste, I'm like, huh? That's no. Let me see the recipe. You're lying. Where's the Krispy Kreme box?
Oh, so it was good.
So listen, do y'all know that some states have weird laws? Like
Yeah,
crazy laws that have been on the books for years and years and years.
yeah, it's goofy stuff. Like you can't skin a possum in Kentucky after midnight on a Tuesday or some stupid crap.
Yeah. Well, I have a weird law that's from Alabama.
Oh God, this.
All right. So we've got a little guy coming here tonight that's just trying to be a pain in the rumpus, but this was kind of funny. Elizabeth the donut eater. I remember Dave being on the left side. Why is he in the middle now? Also, did he transition? When did this happen? They're calling you Dave, Miss Liz.
Me?
Yeah. That's I don't know who this is, but the name
About 4 years ago. I transitioned about 4 years ago. You behind the times, honey.
Apparently,
So anyway, the the law that is in Alabama is
Yeah.
that you cannot have any kind of device that can be used to stimulate pleasure to go inside you.
you would know this law.
So here's my question: Is who's who's checking the packages that come into everybody's homes? Who's
Wait, who's
going
enforcing
around?
this? Who's enforcing
I
this?
want to know. That's what I want to know. Who's enforcing it? Who's enforcing it? And who's the one that come up with this law? Here's how I see it going down. Is I have a new law to enforce. Nobody can have one of these pleasure tools that goes up inside them. No woman.
No,
One of these pleasure tools that can go up inside them to give them pleasure. It makes me feel weak. Oh, wait a minute. Did I say that last part out loud?
no hoo-ha rattlers in Alabama.
Oh, sassy Jim.
Listen, they got people at the grocery stores monitoring. You gotta guard the pickles. You gotta guard the carrots.
Don't use it when it's a pickle. You use it before you turn into a pickle.
You gotta guard the cucumbers, the squash, the zucchini.
Now I got to ask a question here, okay? And I apologize to anybody out there that this might be, but I have to ask this question of Sassy Jim. Would that make you a sourpuss?
Yeah, if you got it fresh out of the car,
That was bad.
I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
No, we're keeping that one.
We're keeping that one? Okay.
That one's sticking around.
Oh my gosh, that was good.
Krispy Kreme came up with that law. My whole thing was, what if you said use your favorite donut. I said, well, what if your favorite donut's like a cream filled or raspberry filled or
Boston cream pie.
Yeah.
Listen, man. Like I said, look, you could scoop the cream out.
What if it was
stick it whole down on there?
those sugar twist things?
Yeah. Well, I guess that takes place of a pickle.
What? The geez. Oh my gosh.
We're
all sinners, right?
I know a guy who works in the produce department at the time, and they would get these huge cucumbers in, And every time he would refer to them as home wreckers. See the size of them home wreckers over there? I'm like, oh, Lord, dude, don't do it. But, you know, all right. The sad thing is, we're not even done talking about this.
Oh, God.
Because there was more to this. And I hate to remind y'all of this, but Dave kind of started this whole thing. Because, you know, we were talking about, you know, the sex store being across from the Denny's.
Yes.
And then what if it was like a convenience store? And then Dave said, well, whatever you do, don't ask for a Slurpee.
Forgot about that.
Look, I think what's funny is this person that, because I just checked the comments, they're using my picture.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Little smart aleck.
From here too.
I'll take care of that. Don't you worry. Here we go.
The last part of your name, you can still see it on the name. Oh.
Be more original. Use your own picture.
I took. They're not here now. You talk.
Oh, you should have left them on there.
They'll be back here.
Dave, listen. Or not Dave. Barry, listen. It don't have to be Krispy Kreme. It could be Tim Hortons. It could be
Duncan.
It could be anybody, honey. Barry, I want to know if you've told your wife about any of this.
Oh, she'll be on here if he does. Oh my goodness. He said that's some strange trolling. Does that occur on YouTube? All right. Yeah, you know, and this is the same guy here. He's already been on once, and I've already kicked him. And it's the same guy.
That's a mood killer right there.
Yeah. So yeah, let me let's see. Let's just go ahead and boom. I'll take care of that. So she said, nope, she would beat me like a yard dog.
Fire on that section like a howitzer tonight, aren't we, Rob?
Yeah. Yeah. We had some stuff like that going on here a while back. We had a lot of trouble getting under control. And I just found that just doing that way is the best way. So
let me go out.
So Barry said no. All right, now Barry, now wait a minute now. Let's discuss this. Hey, you are too, sir. Well, we can't see you, but that might be why you're looking so good.
Max.
Molly's down.
Sorry, Max, not my phone now, my hand.
At least he's not pooping.
Look. Oh, I know. Look, he's begging. He's begging me go out.
Did you Barry?
Oh,
Dave, I'm assuming that you're being in the comments is a good sign. So that's nice.
Yeah. Yes. He said she was doing a lot better. So
Yeah.
Excellent.
we're still praying for her, and you know, our hearts and minds are with her and you, sir. So now Barry, we got to go back to this comment. You said no, she would beat me like a yard dog. You know, and Miss Elizabeth was kind of referring to this the other night with the donut comment. You know, that might put a little spice, you know, be a little romantic. Yeah, let her get the donut. Yeah.
Not saying that you need any spice. I'm really not. Because I don't know, man. I don't know.
All right. So she's resting in the ER, waiting on a room. All right. So they still haven't found nothing else other than what they found earlier. You said they wouldn't do another CT till in the morning. So, well, if you get good and bored, I'll send you a link and you can just pop in from there. Of course, that may not be fun for you. You can go around and ask the doctors and the people questions.
Oh, that would be fun.
Go by the ER, you know, say, hey, what dumb shit got you in here?
Dave and the I'm coming at you live from the ER today.
Ask the doc. What's the most interesting thing you've seen in here tonight?
Well, there was this guy came in, and would you believe he had donuts on his? They were stuck.
Hey, you said you wouldn't tell.
And to have one of them twisty things, and I ain't gonna say where that was.
Had to keep the boys out of the way.
Oh,
But
good news is he's got a date with 3 nurses tomorrow.
Could you imagine if you were on a date though, like 3 or 4 dates in, and the conversation come up, and because you hadn't had relations yet, and could you imagine that conversation? Well, how big are you? He said,
Sounds like a Roy D. Mercer thing.
and he
Hey,
said,
boy, are you?
and he said, well, I'm about 6 donuts.
Now, did he say donuts or donuts?
Donuts.
Exactly. No.
But Miss Elizabeth, you know them things will smush up.
Smashing them like a triple. Man, just.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that would not be an interesting conversation.
No, it would definitely be an interesting conversation. It would definitely be an icebreaker. Dave, well, I understand that. And I'm sure with tomorrow night being Cornbread Nation and we have Jack Legs of the Week, I'm sure you have gotten some rather interesting candidates for that.
Oh.
And believe me, brother, you can air it all out.
Yes,
if they talk down to you and be a smart aleck in the whole 9 yards, call them out on it. You can vent. I'll let you have 6 Jack Legs tomorrow. I'll skip mine. If you need them, you got them, sir. He's loaded up.
Okay, man. I'll take you out. Golly bum. Y'all going out with me. Come on.
That's what she said. Say prayers to Dave and his wife.
She said, can we again?
He said, we definitely again if he's bringing donuts. I'm just glad that you didn't decide to do something about corn dogs. We went with donuts instead. Hey, I like corn dogs.
No, thank you.
I used to.
Do what? You say you used to.
Corn dogs are nasty.
But complete respect for Chef Lynn's and the nurses and the doctors in the ER. Well, good. That's good.
Ooh, we still got light outside, y'all.
What? Oh, y'all do?
We got light outside.
Did you hear the kitty cat, Steve?
I do.
Look at the kitty cat. See it?
There it is right there.
It's a stray.
Oh, no. Do you feed it?
Yeah.
It's not a stray.
Yeah.
I feed all the strays around here.
Then none of them are strays now.
They are. Because they won't none of them let me pet them. They're all strays.
You're going to get some live traps and catch all these stray cats that are yours and take them with you up to the farm.
Oh no! Mm-mm.
What?
No, I'll get some live traps and trap them and take them to the Humane Society.
I think some of these people know Chewy from Ohio. Oh my gosh! Did you hear about that, Steve? Dave was talking about it this morning. there was a guy got pulled over. Hope you are too there, chick bait. This guy got pulled over and he had a raccoon in his car. Now he had all the paperwork to where he could keep the raccoon and stuff like that.
I think I tuned in this. What was that this morning? You guys were talking about?
Yeah. And he had a crack pipe.
I think I tuned in on that halfway through. I didn't hear
Well,
that.
man, I hadn't heard this.
Said that the raccoon, they actually had a picture of the raccoon holding the crack pipe up to his snout, and it was a lady. It was a lady in the car, right?
No.
Yes. And the raccoon was holding the crack pipe up to his mouth. And I said, and Dave said, and that's Ohio. We definitely have to talk to Steve about that tonight because that is his people.
So were they saying it belonged to the raccoon?
You know, the guy or the lady that got pulled over said it wasn't hers, it was the raccoon's.
That's
Shoot.
funny.
F pipe in its mouth finding the driver's seat during Ohio traffic stop.
Oh, that's funny.
Springfield Township. I'm not surprised anymore. That's just Springfield's just been ground zero for Ohio's biggest Florida man style stories, hasn't it?
I mean, come on now.
Oh my
That's
God.
pretty good. I mean, and stuff like that, that gets your whole state branded as redneck,
I mean, no.
Listen, I don't think Ohio can be rated as redneck.
Huh?
Come on.
All
Too far
rednecks.
north.
All rednecks came from the panhandle of Florida.
They're
And
too
they
far
spread all
north.
over the country.
They're too far north. They've been bred out by now.
Not a geographical thing.
It's not.
Trust me, we got a lot of rednecks up here. Straight up hicks.
Look,
Are you saying you redneck?
I never said that. I said we've got a lot of rednecks.
your cat's agreeing with him.
I done fed that cat. That cat could eat 24/7. It's probably got worms. Look, this is the professor standing right here. That's the professor, the black cat.
Okay.
He's pretty mean. Well, no, he's not mean. He just he's not like the professor from Gilligan's Island. I can tell you that much. That's who I named him after.
He more like Gilligan? Is that what you're saying?
No. Who?
Mary Ann?
No, he's more like he's more like the ladies' man, like the Fonz. If I'd known that, that's probably what I'd have named him.
Now wait a minute. The Fonz, wasn't that Happy Days? Wasn't that up
It
around
was.
somewhere?
He is on the Happy Days.
Wasn't that in Ohio or is that Milwaukee?
That was Milwaukee.
That's scary. That's the same place that they had Laverne and Shirley.
It was.
All right, so now this wasn't the whole conversation that we. Oh, we lost you there, Steve. Every once in a while, you'll say something and we don't hear you.
But it might be.
Raggy.
I think Steve is on the computer looking up stuff.
Yeah, real quick, I wanted to check out. Well, Barry asked if Dave Chappelle was from Ohio, and then I was curious about that same question. But no, he's born in Washington D.C.
All right, now.
Now, chick bait. I am not a Florida man. I'm from South Georgia. I'm close to Florida. As far as my opinion on GTA 6, what is GTA 6?
Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, Grand Theft Auto. I've never played the first one.
What? You're missing. Yeah.
Okay. Never played it.
Oh.
It looks like it might be fun, but
Maybe not missing out on GTA 1. That's
sorry.
Is or so. It is far and away completely different.
Yeah.
Law, y'all getting into video game talk now.
What?
So are we getting into video game talk now?
You just mentioned it.
You know, I didn't. I just that was comments came up.
Are we?
I don't have an opinion on that.
Well, look, is
Uh,
there any politicking we need to talk about?
well, there is one thing we need to talk about.
What?
I gotta put a picture up here. Hey, Steve, check this out. That came out of my garden today.
I'm quite jealous.
Them some home runners,
Yeah, that's some real home wreckers right there. That's why she get it.
especially that there yellow one. That's rib for sure.
I don't know. That'd be painful.
Oh, they're just little bumps.
What?
The little bumps on it. The yellow one.
I tell you what, some lube on it and you bend over and take a deep breath.
Well, now the zoots are nice and slick on the outside.
Steve, you ready? Just take a deep breath.
Let it out real slow.
Let's see if it's painful for you.
Mm.
You let me know if you're ready for that. I'll catch a flight up and I'll bring one.
Chickbait, I'm trying to keep up with all these tariffs. I haven't made it to the steel yard yet, and I'm kind of afraid to because I don't know what it's going to look like.
Look at him ignore me.
Well, you know,
Look
well,
at him.
you asked about politics, and we got politics question coming.
Oh no. See, he's ignoring me. I know, but he ignored me. Little turd head.
Well, there ain't much left to say. What am I supposed to say? Oh, I could take that 12-inch wide monster.
Yeah. See, but listen. No, see. You what did you say? It's a home wrecker. It's a home wrecker. Smart ass.
Here.
It's okay for a woman to take something
Gary.
like that. But as soon as you suggest a man take it up the ass, what is it?
Well, an ass ain't the same as
Oh no, but by now y'all would say for a woman, oh, it's okay. Slap her on the ass. It'd be all right.
I did
I don't
not.
think I've ever said that. I'm saying I wouldn't, but I don't think I ever have.
Uh-huh.
It's not Mary Poppins' handbag. I'm not trying to see what can go up it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what else we can get.
Sure.
The road down the street still under construction. Hey, Frank, go get that road cone.
Mm-hmm. How's
Oh,
how's it affecting your life negatively?
Yeah.
We're gonna change the subject.
Yes. How are the tariffs affecting your life negatively?
Well, I'm not pretend that they're not going to affect us.
No. Because some of my coworkers and I have been talking about this.
Yeah, it's like it's growing pains. We're all gonna be hurting at first.
Yes.
Medically, so because of everything, because they're essentially running through the whole breaker room, just flipping switches real quick to see what's, we're looking for corruption and wasteful spending and stuff. There's some important things that are getting axed temporarily.
Mm-hmm.
One of is it's some sort of Medicaid coverage for my grandma. She gets a shot. God, I hate this. In her eyeball.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently it's one of those things where the medical big pharma, you know how they love their $600 pills. So it's thing is like ungodly, the thousands, and get it like once every 3 months or so. Well, now she's getting both eyes.
Ooh.
Does she have
I don't know.
Macular degeneration or something like that?
Macular degradation or
Yeah. Well, I can't pronounce it. Sorry.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yes.
And apparently her doctor is like the leading. He's like the grand doodah of this stuff. He's like an absolute black belt when it comes to this particular disease, and he's pissed at Trump right now. But even my grandma, who, believe it or not, is not a fan. She really doesn't like. Even my grandma went to bat for him. She's like, "Look, this is gonna happen when you're gonna run around weeding out corruption and wasteful spending. Eventually, you're gonna run across something important. But as long as you turn it back on before it's too late, then we're good."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I can't see that not happening. Yes, Sassy Jen. Ouch.
Yes. And I'm going to say this much on this topic too. The tariffs, yes, it could cause, there's going to be some growing pains with it. And it could cause the price on some stuff to go up. How much of our fuel prices come down?
Yeah, steel is usually hit.
You know, there's a lot of stuff that's coming down. The inflation's getting back online, you know, back in line. I mean, some of the grocery prices have come down. Gas prices have come down. There's a lot of stuff that's come down. And that's going to offset some of these growing pains, I think.
One of the ladies, we were talking today, one of my coworkers, and she was saying how she's looking for her and her fiance are looking for a new place to rent down here because here it is anywhere from $1,400 to $1,500 rent is outside of Atlanta. And
Oh,
it's crazy. And they know now that they can do it and that people will pay it. But what they're not realizing is people are starting to move outside, even further outside of Atlanta and further even outside of the outskirts of Atlanta because they're looking for property with at least an acre or more so that they can start doing gardens and putting up things. And, like I was telling her, I said, um, I would even be willing to come down after I move back home, you know, after they find a place, to teach her how to can and how to preserve food.
mhm.
I would, be willing to teach a class down here. Because a lot of people in the cities and stuff don't know how to do that.
Yeah. Well, uh, all right. Chick Pate said tariffs are making my life a living hell.
So that's not very specific.
That's not very specific. What about the tariffs are making your life a living hell? I mean, is it wrong that we're trying to balance the tariffs between countries, between ourselves, instead of us, getting ripped off every time we turn around?
Which, by the way, I remember this from Trump's first term. Everybody,
Yeah.
or a lot of people complain. Not to say that Chickbait's complaining per se. I don't know where Chickbait lands on all this stuff. I don't know if
They did.
they're pro or anti-Trump. I just don't know. I don't know what. Not saying anything about them, but I do know a lot of people in Trump's first term were complaining about the tariff thing, and they constantly said it over and over and over. Trump is starting a trade war. He's starting a trade war. It's like, no, he's not. He's just starting to fight back, which no other president did before.
Exactly.
It wasn't a trade war. It was a trade America getting beat up and bullied in the corner of the playground for the last 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
Finally fighting back, and now you want to complain? I don't know. I have gotten so like my give a crap knob has just been turned dangerously low over the last year or so, year and a half. And
yours is not the only one, Steve.
No, it's not.
I mean, right now I think mine's broken.
Yeah.
We got 70 countries. Barry says we've got 70 countries out of 199 agreeing with us and working with us. Canada and China are coming around.
Well, I heard someone. Oh, and I didn't hear. I saw it a while ago when I was looking at the comments. Where someone said, let's see if I can go back and find it. Something about looking. Oh, Chickbait said, I went to go buy donuts, and the Chinese person that sells them told me the flour tariffs are affecting his business. Um, well, like at home, which I know this is hard probably for a business because you have to buy so much and everything. But like my daughter and I, we grind our own flour.
Yeah.
And we have found that that works so much better for us. And if it's costing so much, then start doing that. There are alternatives to get around that.
People act like so. One of the big things I remember was the whole Ukraine thing. They called Ukraine the world's breadbasket because apparently like 70% or something of the world's grain comes from Ukraine for some one reason or another.
Mm-hmm.
People were like just soiling themselves over this whole thing with their hair on fire at the thought of losing grain. Okay. Do they not realize that grain grows like anywhere? It
Exactly.
grows in ditches. That the high weeds you see
Mm-hmm.
in ditches in the country, waving in the breeze and stuff,
Yeah.
and then that stuff down. The county comes around with a big old John Deere and a toothless
Mm-hmm.
just mows it all down. That's
Yeah.
all we have to do is just harvest that crap. It's not.
Yeah.
And another thing too, they're losing their minds, like you said, and their heads on fire about grain. Well, why don't they make it to where the farmers can actually do their job in this country? They're putting
Exactly.
all these rules and regulations and jacking up everything that they possibly can to make it to where you can't grow food in this country, not make a living at it.
There is organization. Let's see here.
China does own some of America, but they're cutting back on some of that. They're very uh,
Here it is. The dairy promotion and research programs,
mhm.
or was it the? Oh wait, not federal milk or
Uh,
dairy.
like,
There's government organizations. If you own a dairy farm, you run a dairy farm, you have to, by law, you have to pay these people every year. It's like a tax, and it's been in place for decades now. One of many other things that's just kneecapping in the U.S. That was the first thing that popped into my head when you mentioned that.
Yeah. Well, right here next door to me, this is farmland. I got they're planting peanuts next to me. I mean, this is a commercially farmed land, and they go peanuts, they go corn, they grow cotton. Uh, but every year it gets harder and harder and harder. It's not getting any easier. They've got lots more expenses. They got a lot more regulations they have to do. I mean, every time they put a regulation, it increases the cost somewhere.
yeah.
So now they got more taxes. They got more fuel costs. They got increased cost of fertilizers, sprays, and they got to have insecticides down here. I'm sorry, it's South Georgia. There's bugs. They got to keep their crops taken care of. And all this stuff costs money, but what they get per ton isn't going up. It's staying the same because the government regulations on that. I mean, come on. There's got to be a give here somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Want more of something, you reward it. When you want less of something,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What I'm understanding is that the government wants us to farm less. That's the only clear message that I'm getting from this.
Yeah.
Chick bait, there's places you can buy grain that is grown in the US that you don't have to grow it yourself.
Oh,
I mean, that's what my daughter and I do. We don't grow it. We are going to try to grow some this year. But we don't buy, I mean, we don't grow it as of yet. We purchase it. So we purchase it. We have purchased our corn to grind for our cornmeal. Um and like we have an electric mill that grinds it all up. There, It is an investment at the beginning. However, that investment is well worth it. And there are places that you can find your grain mills on sale and start out small.
Yeah. Did you hear about Trump reopening Alcatraz? That's crazy. I don't think that's crazy at all.
I
No.
crash like he does. I think that's one of those throws out there. Because it's going to be a nightmare just getting through. Because the U.S. government already gave it back to the Native Americans, didn't they? Like some Native American tribe in the area, didn't they give it back to?
I mean, there's other islands.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. I agree. As far as I'm concerned, the land was conquered. It's ours fair and square. Sorry, tough cookies. But unfortunately, it is the left coast, and they do like to give back. So I'm pretty sure they gave. And so I'm not saying it's going to be hard to take this rock in the middle of a freezing cold San Francisco Bay, but it's going to be such a nightmare. There's going to be so many people whining. And not even worth it. It's leave the road.
But see, I'm getting to where I'm enjoying listening to the whining and crying. I really do. Because every time that they start whining and crying, there's a little liberal fairy out there that loses its wings. It comes crashing to the ground, and it kind of makes me smile on the inside.
Always wanted to tumblers. Maybe I should have. My mom has one of those cricket machines. Maybe I should have her print out some vinyls for my tumblers.
I'm just saying.
Listen, I used to have a cup that said my give a F, but it had the word on there. My give a F is broken.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. I have. If the guy I am now met the guy I was like even 2-3 years ago or so, he'd call him a pansy. Because there's something that I've changed my mind on lately, especially over the last year and a half or so. I've gotten so much more hard-headed. One of the biggest things I said, as far as the land being conquered, it was conquered. And it wasn't, it took such a simple explanation to me. For all of human history, all up until like 5 minutes ago, when a country wanted a country, they would invade that country, they'd kick the living crap out of them, they'd kill the enemy, and they'd take the land. It's theirs. That's how conquering land works. Never before did this concept exist of, it's stolen from us. We deserve to have it given back. No. Not yours anymore. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah. Hey, I've been known to jump up on them things too. Sometimes I go on a plum rant.
Soapbox, let me down the other.
Terrace, you're up there in Vermont. You are in some show enough New England Yankee area, dude. We are so sorry.
Y'all missed what Barry said a couple comments back. Everyone needs to step back and eat a donut.
I'm missing a few. They're stacking up pretty quick.
Oh,
that's good.
They're here for the clickbait.
What?
Colt said, you guys sound like a bunch of old people.
Colt, you kiss my honey.
Who's Colt?
He's been on here before. I love Colt. He has some smart stuff to say sometimes, but he gonna come here and call me old. You ain't call folks old, Colt. You was ready.
How old are you, Colt?
I think he's like 30.
Wait till you hit 40. Everything breaks.
I got everything popping right now. I'm only halfway there.
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, halfway.
Oh, California residents in the house. That's all right, chick bait. At least you didn't call me.
Oh, that's your problem, Colt.
Yeah.
That's his problem right there.
Wait a minute. You're probably the oldest person in this room right now. Me and Miss Elizabeth both 39, and he's only like 28. Yeah.
I'm hanging on with 4 for dear life.
Oh,
I got another weekend of being a young 34-year-old.
Is your birthday in May?
Don't even need tennis balls on my walker yet.
I don't need them. I just like to take them off and throw them at people.
Still pick it up. By the way, nobody could have told me that there would be a threshold that you would cross over where it's like on this side you could sleep through the entire night, and on this side you have a mandatory 2 or 3 pee breaks. Nobody warned me about this.
Hey, it's going to happen, dude. It's just getting started. If it's just now, if it's that bad now at 35, dude, wait till you're 50.
Ugh.
Your prostate will be like the size of an English pea.
Shriveled up walnut.
Why?
Well, no, when it shrinks, that's good. It's when it's swollen that you can't pee.
Oh, Coach says he's old enough to be your daddy, my daddy.
So anybody that's in their 20s, apparently it hits at 34.
His, not mine.
Get a pee bottle.
Yeah, that's what truckers do, dude.
I know somebody's got a pee bottle at night.
Here's a fun one. So, all right. So this is a bit of a Midwest thing. This is a Northern thing.
No, Lord.
Almost, I say almost because I have seen a few garages without them. Almost every man's garage, I'd say north of Kentucky, has a funnel strapped to the wall for very special. Give you 3 guesses why. Little hose going through a hole in the wall outside.
Pee funnel.
It's a pee funnel.
Why don't you just walk outside?
I know.
10 degrees below out there.
Go pee on a tree.
Dude, if it's that cold out there, you stick your thumb up your honey and you yell snake and scare it out.
You can't. I'm not built like a balloon. You can't just push it out from the other side.
That's
How the
funny.
Eskimos do it.
No,
that's funny.
At 10 below with 0 dexterity in your fingers and try to fit your little 2-inch thunder thimble out of your Carhartts. Not fun.
Thunder thimble.
I
You
don't
said the
think you
word
get one
thunder
donut
thimble.
on that.
Thunder thimble in the same sentence.
Hey, at 10 degrees below, I don't care what you're packing. It's only a couple inches outside.
Oh,
Trying to hibernate until May.
That's funny.
I guess if the funnel is built right, I mean, women could use it too.
No.
Oh yeah,
No.
there's shop racks you can use too. That's see,
You see?
Doug Tag knows.
Okay.
He's got a pee funnel in his shop. I bet you.
Well, he's up there on the AT right now, so.
All right, I gotta
You got a what?
top off my drinky drink.
Oh, well, let's take a quick break, and I'll run a commercial or two, and y'all take a break, refill, and we'll get right back on it. So everybody just hang on. We'll be back here in just a minute. I gotta find it. Here we go.
Yes, Robert and Dave, y'all.
Southern Fried Podcast fans, this is Dave in the AM. I want to tell you about our store. We've been promoting it a little bit. We wanted to promote it a little bit more and let you know we've been adding some designs to it, and we're continuing to do that. Right now, there's a summer sale going on. You're going to see here in just a second what kind of discounts you can get. They're pretty amazing. Our old store became cumbersome and it was not easily updated, and we have since went to a new store, and the old one is still there, and if you decide to shop there, that's fine. But this is our new store, and it is so easy for us to manage. and we want to thank the folks at Threadless for that. So on the screen right now, you see some shirts, some of the different designs. One of our newest one is the Georgia outline, the red one. We really like that. You see some of our classic designs. You see some here that you may not have seen before. And again, we're designing and adding to just about every week. You see hats. There is just about anything in there, and we're trying to add more products all the time, as well as those new designs. So go shop at the Southern Fried Podcast Store, and you'll be able to get some of these things too. Here's the QR code for that. You can see at the top of the page, 40% off right now. These are amazing prices going on. The store is very affordable. Me and Rob wanted as best the prices as we could get, and this is the place that we found to be able to do it. And there's the address. You can copy that out or use the QR code. We thank you for your support of the Southern Fried Podcast and watching the shows and supporting us and letting us know how much you enjoy it. You mean a lot to us. Take care. God bless, and we'll see you soon. Dave the AM here from the Southern Fried Podcast and the Cornbread Nation. We're now an LLC. In fact, we're called Southern Fried Cornbread Nation LLC. We have 4 affiliates that we are working with. On the screen, you see these: Mammoth Nation, Podbean, Dubby, and of course, Patriot Mobile. All of these are special to us. Mammoth Nation, of course, you become a monthly subscriber or a lifetime member. Use that QR code. You go through their site. You sign up with them, you're going to get massive discounts on all the vendors that they have. They're the portal that allows you to go to these vendors. They put them all in one place for you. They're American first companies, and you're going to get big discounts. I'm a lifetime subscriber, member, and Rob is a monthly supporter as well. We love Mammoth Nation. Dubby, we've been with for quite a while. You see the QR code there. You get 10% off using that promo code Southern Fried. I drink Dubby in the studio just about every day. No shakes, no crash. It's a great product. If you like that kind of thing, you're going to like the flavors. They're a lot of fun. They are really working with gamers, and they have a lot of great logos and new items, be they clothing or shakers or different things they have. You can also get it in the cans. The cans are back now. They were out for a while. I use the powders, but you can get all of that. Use that QR code, Dubby Energy Drinks. Of course, Podbean, we're on Podbean as an audio site. It helps to feed a lot of our audio MP3 sites that we go to. There's the QR code for that. You can get 1 month free by using that QR code, and going there and signing up. And Patriot Mobile, what a great company. America First, First and Second Amendment, pro-life, America First, based in Texas. What a great company. They're faith-based. They have they worship the Lord Jesus Christ. They put Him first in their business. You use that QR code, and you use Cornbread as your promo code. It'll be our landing page. You're going to get a month of free service. And as long as you're with Patriot Mobile, we'll be partners together with supporting a great company. And you're helping us to keep the programming on the air and to expand those options that we're doing and to be even more visible. Thank you so much for your support. We love each and every one of you. It's very humbling to us to know that there are people that like what we do, and we thank you for it. So support these great companies, and at the same time, you'll be helping the Southern Fried Podcast. And Dave and Rob, thank you so much. And all of our other folks that help us in the studio or with the programs and our families. Thank you so much. God bless. We'll see you soon.
All right, here we go. Well, welcome back, everybody. We are coffeeed up and braked up, and we're waiting on Miss Liz. Here she is.
I'm here.
She's here.
Yeah.
All right, let's get caught up with her comments here. Let's see. We got Chickbait wants to know what headphones you're wearing, Steve.
These are I saw the question before the break. So while I was still getting all situated, I checked them out real quick. They're just $30 on from Amazon.
Okay.
Why am I getting?
Dog Tag keeps his phone as his tent, I think. Is that what we were talking about there? Bolt says he's still peace sitting down. He's in Cali. That's what they do. And the fake chick bait says Trump may cause a recession. This could be bad for everyone. Well, you know, were you bitching when Biden was running the inflation up through the roof, or is this just your thing now? You know?
Yeah, other it matters on how the language is lined up. It's not Trump causing a recession. I mean, it could be a complete depression starting tomorrow. It wouldn't be Trump causing it.
No.
Oh.
It's kind of like, let's see, how would you put it? Well, like I said before, we're getting the snot beaten out of us for the last 30 years or so, minus 4 of them. And now we're finally actually doing something about it. We're finally, like, you know, it's almost like saying that you're going broke because you're finally paying off your credit card that you've been getting a candy store, like a sailor at port, you know?
Yeah.
You're finally paying off your credit card and now you're broke. Well, what made you broke? Was it the fact that you're paying off your credit card? No, it's the fact that you were charging it in the first place.
Yeah.
So it's not causing a recession. Trump.
And you know, how many trillions of dollars is this country in debt?
Oh, I know.
Well, the thing, only the country that owes that money. The country owes it to us.
Yeah.
The government owes it to us. So they've been filling up security accounts with IOU notes like Dumb and Dumber. Don't even.
Let's see. The false trick bait says, I disagree. This was completely unnecessary and is affecting many lives. So was when the run inflation up through the roof. That affected many lives. When they ran gas prices up to $4 or $5 a gallon, that affected many lives. You know,
100%.
I mean, that was like I was saying down here, you know, when they started upping rent prices.
Yeah.
But they didn't up pay.
No.
I mean, rent down here went from $800 and $900 to $1,300 and $1,400 and $1,500. But pay stayed the same.
So yeah. So you saying that it's unnecessary is affecting many lives. Okay.
It is. I completely disagree. There's 100%.
There's
We
a lot of difference.
couldn't keep going the way we were, just spending money for the sake of spending money and just dumping it everywhere with absolutely zero accountability whatsoever.
Exactly.
None. I mean, literally, how much money does the United States give to other countries every year?
Yeah.
We borrow money every year to give it to somebody else. To give it, I mean, you might as well face it. Some of that money that we borrow, we're giving away. That's how we can afford to do it. And we're giving away this money. It ain't their place to do that. Why don't these countries go out and get their own debt blame loans and do stuff like that? No, because the United States just give it to them. That's stealing it from the taxpayers to give it to somebody else. That's garbage.
And it's not starving children in Africa.
No, come on.
The picture.
We got too many kids here in the United States that are going hungry every night. That needs to be said.
But it's not even going to. It never goes to kids that are starving, no matter where they are on the planet. They're going to them at all.
No, it's not. We've got veterans in the United States that are homeless and hungry and need medical care that should be taken care of before we ever send money to another country.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to tell you something else. I mean, these veterans that we have out there, they talk about 22 a day. And this one hits home for me because I lost my dad for this. All right. For veteran suicide. These guys that aren't being taken care of, that's a crying shame.
It is.
And there's something very wrong with the whole situation. Because I'm going to tell you something. My dad didn't live out on the street or nothing. Okay. But there are plenty of them that do. There are plenty of them that go hungry. There are plenty of them of our people here in this country that need taken care of.
Yes.
There's mental disabilities, there's physical disabilities that can't be helped, and we're just letting it fall to the wayside because we would rather give the money to other countries and give it to these starving children in Africa that don't get the money. It goes to some little minor dictator down there, and he takes it and he uses it to commit genocide and everything else. Come on,
and it's not even government organizations. It's not even the money coming from that. You remember Live Aid?
Yes.
Yes.
91 or something.
Yeah, they had a bunch of them.
Or 88. I don't know why I'm getting those numbers mixed up. Either way, around that area, that whole Live Aid was going to feed the starving kids in Africa, man. Not one penny starving people in Africa. It went to, like you said, dictators. It went to warlords in the area.
Yeah.
They took of it and they put it into weapons. And then nobody talks about it either. I didn't know that. I thought I bought into this this fairy tale story of unicorn farts and rainbows. This whole gentle, fed the starving kids, and there were millions of them, and it was so beautiful. I bought into that until not even a year ago. Probably explains why I'm so jaded. But yeah, about a year ago or so, when I learned that, I was like, "Son of a, you got to be kidding!" I can't do one nice thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, my the Army, and which he didn't commit suicide, but he had cancer. And I asked him, I said, Dad, when he was first diagnosed, I said, let's go up to the VA and get your hits up there. He said, no. He said, I saw how your uncle was treated. He said, and I'm not, he said, I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah.
He said it took forever for him to get in. He said it took forever for him to get his treatments. He said, I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah, the VA is notorious for being absolutely.
He said
there are some good
ones.
There are some good ones. And for veterans out there that are struggling with PTSD or whatever, and you need some help, if you're not happy with your VA, if it's not a good one, you can contact any VA out there for help. Any of them. Do not think you're stuck with one. You can contact any VA out there, and they will help you.
I think I don't even always thought that because my dad was in the Navy, so I knew about the medical benefits from when I was a little kid because he would go and get take advantage of his medical benefits that he earned. So I knew but I always thought it was just you go to a doctor and you just say, here's my military ID, because best friend at the time, his stepdad was in the National Guard, so I knew that military IDs were a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
You just flash a military ID or your like whatever it is, and they go, oh, okay, we'll bill Uncle Sam. It makes sense, right? I didn't know you had to go to a special building, the VA, and you could go there. It's like, why don't we attach the benefits to the soldier and not the building? Why can't they just go to the emergency room if it's an emergency and get it wrapped up there? Why can't they go to their local primary care physician?
That's the way.
That would make sense.
No sense. Like, I'll pay for that if my taxes are going to that. Sure.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Absolutely. That's I want my taxes to go to.
Yeah. Fake chick bait. You tell me to put this up so everybody can see. You think it's interesting. The tariffs are increasing inflation. The tariff rate is at 28%, the highest it's been since 1901. Look, number one, I don't think that's absolutely correct. Number two, turn off freaking MSNBC. Turn off CNN. You're getting some very jaded information, and you're talking one side of the political argument. You're not seeing the other side at all. And I don't take Fossey very well. I'm not putting that up. So
yeah, I'm wondering what the meaning of tariff rate is. First time I've ever heard those two words in that word. I've heard interest rate.
Yeah, heard that.
Never heard tariff rate, considering that tariffs affect multiple countries different ways. I mean, we're not hitting Taiwan nearly as hard as we're hitting China, for example.
Oh, right.
Reason too.
Yeah.
So it's not like a universal thing. We're hitting China hard, and I am here.
Yeah, it's amazing. It doesn't bother me a bit. Everybody's like, "Oh, we can't hit China like that. We can't do that to China. We can't do that." Yes, we can.
Yeah, we can.
Of course you can.
Yeah,
When you that has a spine, of course you can.
Yeah. What's your favorite metal? Chinesium?
50% tariffs. Deal with it.
But they're charging us out for tariffs.
And then,
Yeah.
I mean,
and then
that's
we'll,
what people don't look at. They don't look at what they charge us for tariffs.
Yeah. They don't.
and they've
It doesn't
been
matter to them.
it's been steady for decades.
Yeah. Yeah. And okay, so it's okay for us to have to eat these tariffs when it goes to other countries, but why shouldn't they eat the same tariffs when they come to our country?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on, at least get some semblance of balance. You know,
I think saw earlier. I think we might have missed it because I don't remember us mentioning it. I think somebody said something about here it is. China is definitely going to take over America economically in the next 10 years. That's another thing that not even China's the same as some people aren't going to agree with me on this one. China is very similar to Russia in the sense that they're a paper tiger. The only difference is Russia showed that they're a paper tiger militarily. China, we already knew was a paper tiger because their shit don't work. But economically speaking, they've shown us that they're a paper tiger. They're running off of like nothing but nitrous right now. They're trying to charge forward as hard as they can. They're using that last burst of everything they got, and it's not enough. So they're going to peter out and just fall apart now because they invested everything into this last final shot to just stick it to us, and it's going to fall short. If it worked, if it actually hit the mark, it would have been a wise use of force, but it's not going to hit. It's not going to work because their economy is not set to be a consumer economy. They're meant to be an export economy. That's like, well, when the importees are not playing ball with you, your economy goes into the trash can.
Mm-hmm.
because they're quick.
In the words of Trump, you don't have all the cards. We have all the cards.
Let's see. Bates says, I think that's a cop, man. China is most definitely going to surpass America economically, unfortunately.
No.
I think you're wrong. I agree with Steve on that.
It's a good thing. It's that they're not going to.
Yeah.
I'm happy about it. And
Yeah.
understand being I understand being skeptical. I understand being cautiously skeptical. I get it.
Yeah.
It's
And here's another good thing about tariffs too. What about the businesses that are coming back to America?
exactly. Stanley Black and Decker. This was the first. This was Trump's first term. Stanley Black and Decker was all like they wasted no time. They're like, all right, yep, bringing plants back to America, pronto. You got it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Here we go. And that benefits Americans. It gives them jobs.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. And you know what? It may cost a little bit more to buy American sometimes. But if you get a better product that's made better, that's going to last longer, it's worth it.
So worth it.
Yeah. And to support the businesses and your own, your fellow citizens in this country, that's worth it.
Now, to be fair, made in the U.S. does not necessarily mean made with quality.
No, it does not.
Other companies that have American-made stuff. I mean, I've worked in manufacturing my entire adult life, bounced from factory to factory all over the place because I was a kid that liked screwing up. I've worked at a ton of different companies, and I've seen some terrible quality.
Yeah.
In some places, not all of them.
Yeah.
However, our worst day is usually better than China's best day because China's entire manufacturing mentality is based off of quantity, not quality, which is weird because right across the strait over there to Japan, it's a complete flip-flop reverse. They're focused on quality over quantity. And
Right.
I always have been, from what I can tell.
Yes. Barry says, not going against Elon Musk, but I don't think electric vehicles are the solution. I will agree with that.
No, I do too.
We don't have the infrastructure for it.
No, but I think it is that we could toss into the salad.
Yeah.
You know, I'm fine. I mean, if he wants to, I wish all the best for Tesla.
Yeah.
Happy with X right now, but you know, that's another story.
Yeah.
I didn't tell you about that, did I?
No.
Oh, they locked me out for a week.
Why?
Oh, what'd you do?
Can't do anything because I said so. Somebody posted a video. It was like a downward shot, and I'm pretty sure it was AI generated. I've never seen a creature on the face of the planet that looked like this thing, but it was. Imagine a view from the top of maybe 30-40 foot cliff into a lake or pond or whatever, and a bunch of seemingly like, I don't know, large fish of some sort, all aiming towards this one critter that looked like a cross between like a Loch Ness monster alligator. And it was just staring right up at the camera and just kind of like moving its arms around and stuff. Like I said, it looked like it was AI generated. So you can imagine what this must look like. And,
Yeah.
and caption said, what kind of creature do you suppose this is? And without thinking, I just said, shoot it in the head and find out later, or figure it out later. Because it's an AI created figment of their imagination. It's not a real thing. And even if it is, it's an animal. So if somebody posts a picture of a deer and says, where can I shoot this thing for a clean kill so that the animal doesn't suffer? Are you telling me that somebody can't comment on there and say shoot it in the lungs? Because that's the same concept. It's the same choice of words.
Did you just get us struck on eggs?
I'm sorry?
Did you just get us struck on eggs?
I got a lockout. They locked me out entirely.
We're on eggs too.
I can't do anything at all. I don't think it's that deep.
No, I'll give you a hard time.
Yeah,
I mean, you know.
Oh no, it's
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, I'm not happy with them, especially considering how the price increase finally hit me Monday, and they locked me out on Sunday. So it's like, dude, you're gonna more than double my subscription cost, give me no new features, and charge me this new price the day after you lock me out for a week. So you're charging me over twice as much for a month that I only get to use 3/4 of the month. Any features at all?
Wow.
No, I'm done paying them. They're out. I'm gone.
I don't blame
They're out. They stopped paying me anyway. Completely. No explanation. They just stopped sending me money.
Oh,
So, you know,
Ooh.
even though I jumped through all their hoops to get monetized, no, they just suddenly stopped paying me. So it's like, no, you're
Let's see. The false clickbait says China has a high-speed rail, a very useful mode of transportation. California's been building one unsuccessfully for years, but it's not taking you anywhere far. Well, it's because they're idiots. There's not ever going to be built. The whole thing was so they could steal money. You know, you mean to think that you could sit there and think that, the cost just tripled magically overnight, and it's going to cost us to do this and that. And where's the money gone? The money's gone somewhere. It's not building no rail. I think there needs to be an investigation into that. But they're always running out of money over there. I'm just saying. I'll get on soapbox.
thought we were talking about America anyway. Why are we talking about California?
Yeah.
no.
False Chickbait says, I think Elon Musk and Doge will be bad for America. Just speaking as a MAGA supporter and a Trump supporter, I don't care what you think. It tickles my funny bone when liberal Nazi fascists say this kind of stuff. It tickles my funny bone because they've been stealing and mismanaging the money for years
Oh, I
and
know.
years and years for stupid crap. So you can get on here and you can say, "Well, this is going to be bad." Learn what you're talking about. You're an idiot. Stop.
I I would love to hear the logical argument in favor of corrupt spending and inefficiency.
Yes.
No.
Argument that would be not right now. You have to
No.
wait.
No. 'Cause look, I'm getting tired. I'm getting to have to go. I'm
All
going.
right. Well, thank you for popping in here. I mean, you know, Jake, Dave's at the hospital. His wife had an incident. She's doing okay, but she's in the hospital and he is there with her, so he won't be here.
Yeah.
Steve, you would know, how are the tariffs affecting your business?
So about that, I have like informational ADD. So when a question pops into my head, that's why you guys keep seeing me go over here to my laptop and I'm clicking away randomly because something pops into my head. I want to know the answer right away.
Right.
Around the beginning, when we first started talking about tariffs, I had looked up how much of U.S. used steel made in America. Now, I was trying to listen to Miss Liz here and Rob at the same time as I was reading, so I was just kind of skimming. So I might be butchering the number and not getting some things right, but I'm pretty sure it said like 80% is made in the U.S. And so I thought, oh, aha, that just means they're making the steel in America. That doesn't necessarily mean that the pig iron was mined in America that's needed
Right.
to make steel. So I thought, arguing with myself in my own head, it's like, that's not the right number. Go look up the real number, the pig iron. And then it was saying like something like 78 point something of the pig iron used is mined in America.
Yeah.
Or Canada, it said. But it's like, even if it's 50-50 of that, that's still that's a
lot.
That's a lot. Yeah. So I was actually kind of surprised. If you would have asked me without the internet how much of my company would be affected by the business, I'll say that's a little more charitable. How much of my business would be affected by the steel tariffs from like Canada and stuff like that? I would have been, like I said earlier, I was afraid to go to the steel yard. Now I'm kind of optimistic.
There you go.
Nice.
Good deal.
Well, Miss Elizabeth, thank you for being on with us tonight. I know you're tired.
Yeah, I am.
So
You guys have a good one, and
stay away from them donuts.
I'll try.
Okay.
For a while.
Have a good night, Miss Elizabeth.
Have a good night.
I'll see you later.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Now, the fake chick bait is saying this now. Doge is full of a bunch of young kids that are looking to turn us all into robots. You're just talking smack. You don't know what you're talking about. Grow up. Go actually do some research. Turn off MSNBC. Learn what you're talking about. How are they turning us into robots? Explain that to me.
Yeah, that's the thing. They have no control. So that's dismissed immediately. That's
Yeah.
There's no evidence for that whatsoever. You couldn't even imagine a scenario where that could actually have no control. All they're doing is saying which expenses are a waste and which ones aren't. They're not even throwing the final gavel down on whether or not to spend them. They're just saying, "Hey, boss, that guy's spending money and he really shouldn't be spending money on that thing. Okay, I'm going to go investigate this guy now." That's all. Not to mention the fact that a bunch of young kids. Okay.
Yeah.
Mark Zuckerberg was a young kid when he started Facebook.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I don't care about their youth. There's people scout Yale and Harvard and stuff for young kids all the time to work in there as interns.
Yeah.
of young kids with really sharp minds. There's a lot of, I know you, okay, a lot of people might not understand this, but there's a lot of dumb older as well. So,
Yeah.
means nothing. Now, if they were hiring 10 years old or 10-year-olds, might have a leg to stand on. But I mean, these are like early 20s. Ooh.
Yeah. Well, that person won't be back on here.
Kind of a shame.
The last comment was
I didn't catch that. But I did hear a few of their comments, over the last months or so that seemed pretty pleasant, and I don't know.
Well, this is not chick bait. This is somebody faking.
Oh, that was a fake one?
Yeah, that's the fake chick bait.
That was an imposter? That's not the real. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's not the real chick bait. So
I thought that was a real.
That's why I've been calling it the fake chick bait.
I didn't even catch that. So,
but they want to come in here and just start a bunch of stuff, and eventually,
dude, I don't know what Dave must be more on repellent because we've been practicing them tonight.
Yeah, we've had a couple, and I think it's the same person. So it's hard to tell.
Jumping accounts.
Yeah, eventually I'll get them all banned. No,
Reading the other. I'm not even going to say you know who it is. You know who I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Look forward to that one.
But there's a whole lot going on in this country right now, and the things and the changes that are happening quick. They're happening fast, and that scares people. But for how many years have politicians run on cutting government spending? How many years? 50?
A lot. I don't know about you, but I listen to a lot of Steven Crowder. I love that guy. He cracks me up. But I think he said it best. Every time the left proposes a solution for all of these problems that we're solving right now with Doge and with Elon doing that stuff and with Trump, his whole cabinet, every time they propose a solution, the so-called solution breaks down to two core concepts: more of the same and more taxes, more money. Give us money and let us do more of the same. That's not fixing anything. That's how we got in this place to start.
Yeah. What are we going to do with this debt? These trillions of dollars in debt. What are we going to do with it? We're just going to let it keep building up and just say, screw all y'all, we're not going to pay it?
Like I said, why? And I got to be careful the way I word this because I don't want to be called inciting violence. But I don't understand why people aren't more outraged over this, over the national debt, because it's not the national debt. It's the government debt to the nation, to us. It's our money. They stole it from us. They gave us an IOU. They're not paying us back. That's the sort of it. If you break down what percentage is the national debt, whatever. I should break that down. Oh.
Yeah. Break it down.
Sorry, I got sausage. Right, they're not cooperating with me. See. God, I figured they'd give straight up. I don't know. I'm not even.
It says the best solution is just to ban and delete. Facebook had an app that was great for that. Yeah, I'm working on.
But last I checked, because I'm not going to sit here and look this stuff up. It's too much dead air as it is. Nobody wants to hear me clicking away at my keyboard. Last time I checked, the national debt was something along the lines of like 40% of it was owed towards the U.S. citizens ourselves.
Wow. Is that including like Social Security and stuff like that?
That's all. That's everything that they've been using as their own personal piggy bank. So that's Social Security, that's Medicaid, all that stuff, all the funds that we have for us. Which, honestly, I don't even like. We're not gonna. By the time it comes time for me to cash that stuff out, I'm not gonna get a penny from that. if we keep going the way we are, unless we do a serious 180, I'm not going to see 1 red cent out of Social Security. So honestly, I hope they just pay out to the people that need it now, keep paying out whatever's left to them. I know I'm not going to, I know it's money lost. Just stop charging me. Just stop taking my money. We'll call it whatever. I'm ignoring the money that I already gave into it now.
Yeah, I mean that's
my perfect world anyway.
But they won't have more money to steal if you quit paying into it.
It's really not. I wish I'd remember on this one because this one's important. It was somebody had broken, and I'm going to butcher the numbers, but this is the slow and skinny of it. This is just
okay.
So somebody that we all know how Social Security pays out. You barely get it. Okay.
Yes.
Somebody had broken numbers, and they said, "Look, if you would have invested to a Roth IRA, the same amount of money that we pay into Social Security, if you would have invested into a Roth IRA, by the time you retired, that retirement account instead of Social Security would be upwards of like $600,000 or something. That big old lump sum there. I mean, think about it. If you retire and you take out just $30,000 a year, and you take on a part-time job as a Walmart greeter, whatever, just a nice, easygoing gig, part-time.
Yeah.
Just to size it. 30,000 probably already if you were smart to begin with. If you already invested, you already have assets that you've built up over, a 55-year, 60-year career, whatever.
Right.
But life, you team that up, $1,000. That's 20 extra years.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of time, and that's just based off of what you have. You're not taking it all out in one lump sum. You can keep it in there and continue to grow.
Yeah. So
it doesn't even have to stop there at that.
Yeah. But see, like me in my situation, I'm on disability. I didn't have a choice. I didn't want to be on it. I didn't choose to be on it. I got hurt, and now I'm epileptic, and I don't like it. I don't like it, not one stinking bit. But I own my home. All right. It's paid for. I don't have rent. I have an electric bill and insurance. All right. So what I get on Medicare is what I get, and I don't have, groceries. I mean, come on. And, so for me, I don't get that much, but I don't need that much. So, but I do have a rather large investment in my home. It's paid for.
I didn't have a mortgage. I would need a whole lot myself either.
Yeah, that's just it, So, but everybody's like, great, that's wonderful. Glad you have all that. But I live in pain every day. That's all you have to do. Just get hurt really bad.
Giant rainbow.
Yeah. But, so what I get on disability is fine for me, and I do just fine. But everybody doesn't have that. Everybody didn't plan for that. Everybody didn't have the means to do that. And I understand that. So if you're making what I make on disability and you have a mortgage or rent to pay, that just changed your whole thing. I can't drive, so I don't have a car payment. I don't have insurance on my car either because I don't have one. I don't need one. It does me absolutely no good. Not because I don't know how to drive or legally I can't get a license because I'm epileptic. And that's not for me. That's for the other people out there on the road.
You're not really worried about it. Everybody else.
Yeah, everybody else should be scared crapless if I'm out there driving. But everybody is not in that same situation. Now,
I do believe that the vast majority of people could be in a situation where they could own their home. They could saddled with a rental property. Not even rent. I mean, well, yeah, it is a property. It's just not theirs.
Yeah,
it's just you're just up a hog's butt at that point every month. You might as well just.
Yeah. I mean, if you're renting a place, you're right. Just throw it in the garbage.
Yeah.
If you can, but not everybody has the financial standing to go out and buy them.
No,
Either.
I don't know. That should they should work on that. Not them, but
Yeah.
we should figure that out. Figure out what the problem is. Unfortunately, there are too many people that want it to go in the opposite direction. You know, the old "you will own nothing and you'll be happy about it."
Yes.
You will.
And that's what China and Russia have been shoveling down our throats for years. And these extreme left wingers, they want it to be socialistic. They want it to be that way. They don't want us to own anything.
The whole 15 minutes. Yeah, they all want us to crammed into cities like sardines. They want everybody to just. I don't understand. How do you have this utopia vision of America being like this? It's like straight out of 1984, dude. You want everybody like living in little rental pods and they're just a number.
I was talking about that just the other night. I asked the question, point out, have y'all read 1984? Have you read a book? Read 1984, please. They need to.
They need to read in Brave New World.
Yes.
Aldous Huxley.
Yeah.
That one was because I didn't even think about it until Glenn Beck had mentioned it in one of his episodes. Somebody said something like we're closing in on 84, and he said, no, we're closing in on Brave New World. He said, you need to read Brave New World.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, holy crap! Like that fits way more.
Yeah. But also these same left winger nut job fascist whatevers. I'm gonna throw a name out there. Elsie. All right. And I know you think she's cute, and I'm sorry, but I'm fixing to crush her under my heel a little bit. This same neo-fascist nut job, that goes out and tells everybody, oh, we don't need police. We don't need that. We need to spend more money. Doge is horrible. Oh my gosh, we're saving money. I don't have nothing left to steal. And all this stuff here. Look what, and just making a name for herself. Look at her district that she represents. And the whole time she's screaming this is turning into a third world country.
I haven't even looked at her district at all.
Dude.
But yeah, I was interested in what's between your ears, man. I'm interested in you.
Well, there's nothing. That's good. There's nothing there.
I could fix it.
When you knock on the door, it's hollow.
I want her to yell at me in Spanish, man. I could fix her.
That's okay because Maxine Waters said she wanted to fix you.
You shut your hole. Just stop. Stop it. Stop. All dressed up for you.
Yeah, I know. And I've got my shirts over here. I should have put it on too.
This was actually 20 minutes before the stream. This was in the dryer. I was walking around my house with no shirt at all because I had all my shirts were in the dryer or waiting to go into the dryer.
Oh, Dean, the guy that helps Dave on the racing show. We had a bet.
I haven't seen the racing show yet.
Oh my gosh, we had a bet. And me, I don't watch racing. I don't.
Yeah.
And the only driver I've ever liked were the Busch drivers because everybody hates them. and they're like the heel wrestlers to me. I love them. And they were talking about Kyle Busch in the race, and I said, well, Kyle Busch is going to win it. He is going to win the race. He's like, no, he's old and washed up. I said, well, if he does win, then I get to make you a T-shirt and you have to wear it. Okay. And he kept talking. He's just not going to win. I said, well, if he finishes in the top 5, I still get, I get to make you a shirt. And I kept working him down. And finally I said, well, if he finishes the race, do I get to make you a shirt? Yeah, absolutely. He finished the race.
I think
yeah, so he's going to be getting a pink shirt in the mail as well. Probably something that says, I'm a Kyle Busch fanboy or something. Kyle, he's our man. And that is Sassy Jen there, Jennifer. That's her favorite driver. as Kyle Busch.
Oh boy.
I mean, oh, she is definitely a Kyle Busch fangirl.
Now, are you just trolling her?
Yes.
I was just gonna say, why do I get the feeling that she's seething right now behind that screen?
Oh, she is. She is. She's like, no, I'm not. I can hear the head bob from here. There is definitely a disturbance in the force.
Yeah, Barry, just a friendly tip about Brave New World. The first couple of chapters are a little rough. You gotta, especially the first chapter itself. It does not invite you right in. It's
No.
tough to get through it.
But once you get through it,
I found myself rereading sentences because it's like there's way too much going on.
yeah. But, if you just finished Lord of the Rings trilogy, you have the stick-to-itiveness to get through this. You can get through it. Just slow down on it and don't rush it. Let's read it. And Brave New World is good.
Lord of the Rings is more fun.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings was very fun.
I mean, well, maybe about a third of the way. That's probably where it took off for me for Brave New World. About a third of the way.
Yeah.
But it's slow. It's slow starting.
So, Sassy Jim, you're a Kyle Busch fangirl. You know he's your favorite driver. You know you love him. He's not said anything. So, I'm waiting to see. I'm going to keep poking the bear until the bear wakes up. I think she named she's got several cats. I think she named one Kyle and another one Bush. And I know she named one Kurt.
Why does it have? Why did it send that comment? You think it would just bump on?
She just said no. Is that all you're going to say is no? I'm going to troll you that hard. All you're going to say is no.
Somebody who regularly tunes in and comments on videos, live streams while he's not supposed to, I get the suspicion. I suspect that she's busy doing.
I would say so too. But
possibly lights herself, as I.
She said, "No, I did not." You didn't name a cow cat or cat cow cat. You didn't name a cat Kyle or Kurt. I'm pretty sure you did. I seem to remember one called Kyle and Kurt and one named Bush. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong once before.
Yeah.
I was wrong once, and it really threw off my game because now everything's questionable. It was that time when I was right, but I thought I was wrong. Now I have to question everything. Whoa, I'm writing a letter to ADT about a damn 708. What?
Raggy.
Ruh-roh raggy. Oh, then she is red-faced and shaking. Well, if you hadn't named your cat Kyle Bush or Kurt Bush, you might not be so upset. That's probably why they charged you that. They're like, I can't believe she did that. Fix her.
Oh, you ain't letting this one go, are you?
No, because really deep down inside, I think she's a Jeff Gordon fan. Or was.
Last I knew, everybody loved Jeff Gordon, so I don't understand the backward politics behind that is.
Bill Gordon or Bill Elliott?
Is that a thing now?
Bill Elliott was a driver way back when. Awesome Bill from Don. What do you mean, whatever? Was that Bill Bush?
I was never interested in NASCAR except for the founding history, that I thought was kind of interesting. But as far as there's a I don't know, maybe 5-10 minutes from my house or so. I should catch a race or two this summer. Now that I think about it. But I've gone to those times. infinitely more entertaining than NASCAR ever was. I don't know why. It's the same thing. It's a smaller track and they're going slower. Somehow it's more entertaining to me.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I'm there in person, because it's local. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that could be it. Yeah, you are breaking up just a touch still a little bit there, Steve, every once in a while.
My bad. Here, let me try.
No, you're good.
You know what? While we got people in the chat that are noticing these things, can anybody tell me if the sound levels are equal? The sound that you do get from me, is it equal to Rob here, or is he louder than me, or vice versa, or what's going on? I have no way of really telling.
Well, I don't know if I'm louder than you or not. I know I'm better looking, but what is this, AKA the new clickbait? What is that? Come on now.
Truth. That's. But yeah, it might be because I was too far away from my mic.
That may be. Never Gordon. You didn't like Jeff Gordon?
Yeah, from what I understand, everybody likes out fours everywhere.
Yeah. He had signs, fangirls.
Yeah, I don't have but yeah, I don't have my DNR on, dynamic reduction, which I don't know why you even have that button on any of these soundboards. They're you break some, Steve. I break what?
I think she's saying you're breaking up some.
Am I still breaking up? Hang on.
I don't think you're breaking up now.
Let me bring this up a little bit.
She's on Rumble, so she's a little bit behind on the thing there. Jake, I don't have that one loaded up right now. Sorry, I can't do it, sir.
All right,
you know, I did not. Earnhardt. Bill Earnhardt? I thought Bill's last name was Elliott.
Do I break up when I play with
these buttons?
Yo, I like that. There you go. I wonder if we could change Dave's voice to that. Oh, if we could change Dave's voice to that, that would be amazing.
I loaded up a bunch of sound effects too on this thing, but they're so quiet. I think I got to redo them. I don't know.
Oh no, I done got her. She told me to stop. My goodness. Well, to make it up with you, to make it up to you, we'll encourage Steve to make you a sword.
Oh, don't start. Do you need any help trolling me? Or you know what the funny thing is I told, because I think I've explained this to you before. Yeah. For anybody who is not privy to this, I am not a fan of making any pokey, stabby, slashy cutties. They're boring. It's not even any. I don't care if anybody else does. It's not like I have any sort of objection. I have plenty of knives myself. They're just so god awful boring to make. They're no fun.
Okay.
It has to be straight, and it has to be perfectly pointy, and it's like there's no room to have fun with it, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, and plus it's so much more expensive. I could pour 4 or 5 hours of my life into making something, you know, making this knife, and then, you know, the next Joe Blow that comes along looks at it and goes, "Oh, bro, that's so cool. I'll give you like $40 for that, bro." No, you're not going to pay me $5 an hour. Okay, so that might have been the problem.
All right. Dave says they're moving her to the trauma ICU for the night. Now, is that because they don't have a room available and they just want her to get some rest, or do they have other reasons for that, Dave?
Yeah, hopefully that's just an observation thing.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. Yeah, not because, you know, we are concerned. We're joking, laughing, cutting up, but, you know, we're worried.
From crying.
Okay. She has a brain bleed because they're gonna put her in there. Okay. All right.
Well, I see you. Take
That's
care.
where she needs to be then.
Yeah.
Jake, yeah, I told you earlier when you asked where Dave was that he's at the hospital with his wife. And he's where he needs to be.
He might not.
So yeah. She had a spill, but she's I think from what they've saying, she's okay. She's got some issues going on, but it's gonna be okay. 2 facial fractures. So
Shoot.
uh so
What?
yeah.
Well, we'll figure out another time. I won't bother asking what happened. I don't need a play by play. Glad to think on the mend.
Yeah. Well, Miss Lynn's one of the sweetest ladies in the world out there, and you know, I hate to see anything, and she's had some struggles here lately, and we're praying for her, and we want her to do well. But she is a sweetheart. So, but we will continue to pray for her. Known Miss Lynn a long time. So, love her to death. So we got to get her straightened up.
Mhm.
So, now, we are working on a whole bunch of different. Well, what in the world?
What'd you break?
Nothing yet. Nothing yet. I'm trying to break, but I'm not broke nothing yet. But dude, I'm gonna tell you, with all we talked about gardening a little bit today. Briefly mentioned it, and that is one of my things. I do garden, and I didn't do one last year because I didn't feel like it. You know, I had heart surgery. I was still getting over that, and I just didn't feel like it. And the year before, I had my heart attack, and I didn't get what I grew in. So I was kind of thoroughly disgusted about that. You know, and I didn't feel like it at all. Really, I forced myself to do what I did. But I'm gonna tell you something, guys. If y'all can grow a garden or something, or even a raised bed, even get some buckets or some pots. If nothing else, uh, you got some free fresh veggies. You know, well they're not free because you got to get the seed or whatever. But you got fresh veggies. If you like fresh tomatoes or anything like that. Thanks, Jake. I appreciate it. I think you'll be back, and if not, we'll probably just put it off for the next week. Cornbread Nation is kind of that bonus show that we run, and we try to get it in, but you know,
Oh my
I
God.
appreciate it, Jake. Uh, and Barry's telling you prayers too, Dave. So I think you can see that, and we do appreciate all those. Well, guys, Steve, you got anything else you want to hit on tonight, other than donuts from Miss Elizabeth? We need to send her some donuts to her school.
I got nothing.
You know, like, 3 roses and some donuts.
No, aside from self promotion, I got nothing left for it.
Well, you guys, hey, y'all, y'all jump over there to Half Pine Forge. Give Mr. Steve a great old big follow. We love having him on. And I'm going to tell y'all, I mean, I've got some of his work. I still haven't got them going yet because I've been working on the garden. This piece of his work here, as you can see, it's got the half pine on it and everything. Y'all can see it there. This is made in America. It's not. And by that gentleman right there. And this is not made from Chinesium. That's handcrafted. And I'm going to be using that to build my little coat board with the shelf on top. Yeah. He's got all kinds of stuff. You need to check out his store. It's at Half Pine Forge.
Got a new
And,
Oops, sorry.
do what?
Cut you off. I thought you were tapering off. I got a new one I wanted to mention. I just remembered.
Yeah.
Just the other day, I was out there piddling around, and I was cutting up some material for some hangers and angles and stuff. And material out and lining everything up for all of these, I didn't feel like doing that much actual blacksmithing. but I still had a little bit of time to play around.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about all these slugs of material that I have for stuff that's, it's like this short. It's like there's not much I can do with it. I've been trying to come up with something that would actually make a decent product that would use such a small amount of material. And I think I got something figured out right there. Just a simple pendant, nice little taper on there,
Absolutely.
little twist
Yeah.
up that corner real nice, or that taper there. And this is actually the first one. This is the one with the most mistakes on it. So the other ones will look way better than this.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
On the website to be an
where you purchase your seed, Burpee. I do get some from there, but I get some from all over the place. He's talking about seed for my garden.
Yeah.
I grew everything, my mayors off and everything from seed this year. This is my first time doing that. I got like 15 mater plants out there.
My
Three different kinds. That's a lot of tomatoes.
My starter bust this. Try again next.
All right, so y'all like, follow, subscribe for Steve over at Half Pine Forge. That's the Celtic Blacksmith, aka the new clickbait. Not. And y'all like, follow, subscribe us here on the Southern Fried Podcast. Don't forget that. If you're on Rumble, and if you're not on Rumble, you need to be. Y'all get on Rumble, give us a follow over there too. Thanks, Miss Jenneth. I'm glad you had fun, even though it was picking on you about your race car driver. Who was that guy that you liked again? Let me look back up here. I don't remember who it was. Earnhardt. Kyle Earnhardt, was that his name? I don't know. All right. All right, everybody, y'all have a great night. We love you. God bless you. Big old salute. And we will see you in the morning. Actually, no. We'll see you tomorrow night for Cornbread Nation, hopefully. So, good night, guys.
Well, it's time to sit down, grab a sweet tea in your hand, on a worn out rocker with a view of this southern land. I got the crickets singing low and the fireflies in the sky. It's front porch talking time, let the world roll by. It's time to sit down with a little front porch talking with our friends Robert and David, a Southern Fried Podcast. They're gonna talk about Donald Trump, they're gonna talk MAGA, but they're keeping it real like only Southern boys can. You might agree or you might just sigh, but they're Southern Fried till the day they die.